My family and I were traveling from western Kentucky to Florida for vacation. After a long day of driving, we ate waffles and other breakfast items at one of those all-night breakfast places, and were looking for somewhere to sleep for the night, but everywhere was full. When we finally saw a hotel without a lit-up "no vacancy" sign, it was a Days Inn in southern Alabama. I needed to stretch my legs, and my Game Boy had died, so I went into the front office with my dad to get the room. The woman, tired and struggling to stay awake, told us we're all booked up. But her coworker said something like, "What about room 229? And she paused for a second, looked at me, and then at my dad and said, "Well, yeah, I guess you could take 229. Would you like room 229? Well, yeah, why not? Sure." And so began the strangest night I've ever experienced. We settled in for bed almost instantly. My brother and I in one bed, my parents in the other. Something seemed off about the room, but we were too tired to care. At around 2:30 in the morning, I woke up to my mom screaming, and my dad sitting straight up in bed. "There's a man in the room. Hey, who are you? What are you doing in here?" We all woke up, and there was this dark figure of a large man in the room, standing over my parents' bed. My brother dove for the light switch, and the room came into this sudden quiet focus. I remember thinking later about what might be a more appropriate or effective thing to say when you're encountered by a large dark figure standing at the foot of your bed. But in the moment, nothing was there. Just a crappy TV, a mini fridge, and a mirror. We all sat there for a moment trying to figure out what just happened. My dad said, "We're leaving." And we were back on the road as fast as we fell asleep. Later on, my parents discussed it. My mother apparently only saw a man. My father saw a man and a dog. I just remember seeing shapes. We scoured the internet to see if anything weird had happened in the hotel that year. I even tried calling the hotel years later, but it had since gone under new management. From time to time, I've always wondered what happened in that room, but I know for sure I'll never be going back. You won't believe this next chilling tale. I was never one to believe in ghosts, but all that changed when my family and I moved into our new home when I was 12. We had been there for about a month when strange things began happening. The lights would flicker on and off at night, and sometimes we'd even hear whispers coming from an unseen source. One night, my little brother was sleeping in his room when he suddenly woke up screaming in terror. He told us about the ghostly figure with pale white skin, long dark hair, and eerie red eyes that had come out of nowhere. He said it seemed like she wanted something from him, something he could not give her, so she vanished as quickly as she appeared. We soon discovered that this creature was indeed a spirit from the past, a young girl who died tragically many years ago while living in our house before us. She had been searching for someone to play with her since then, but because no one ever responded to her calls, she took it upon herself to haunt children whenever they were alone or asleep, just like what happened with my brother. Needless to say, we were all spooked by this story, and made sure never to leave anyone alone after dark again. Even now, I still get chills thinking back on this experience. It really is true what they say. You should be careful who, or rather what, you let into your house. I was never one to believe in ghosts until I moved into my grandmother's old house over summer break. She had a daughter that passed away a long time ago, and my brother told me her spirit still lingered around the place. At first, I didn't think anything of it. It seemed like an urban legend for sure. But then strange things started happening whenever I stayed home alone during the day. Suddenly, I would hear loud thumps coming from the basement and see shadows moving across my walls at night. One evening when darkness fell, something even more terrifying happened. A childlike figure appeared in front of me. She had pale white skin with dark black eyes and raven hair that cascaded down her back, like ink spilling onto paper. Her clothes were those of a young girl from the 1800s. A white blouse, complete with layers of frilly skirts on top of each other. And she stood there motionless, as if she were waiting for something or someone. The next morning when I woke up, all evidence of this ghostly apparition seemed to have disappeared. Yet deep inside me remained a feeling that something sinister lurked within these walls, something far more powerful than any human being could resist. After several days and nights filled with fear and dread, curiosity eventually got the better of me. What did this mysterious child want? So one evening after dinner time, when everyone else had gone to bed, I decided to investigate further by venturing into the attic where rumors suggested that this ghostly figure hid during daylight hours. Sure enough, upon unfolding the steps that creaked open on rusty hinges, there it was, standing right in front of me. The same creature from before, only this time its appearance changed quite dramatically, as if it knew how scared we both were. Its eyes glowed red, and its face morphed into various shapes like some kind of demonic being, straight out of horror movies. But instead of attacking me, or trying to scare me off, which is what I thought most evil supernatural entities would do, this ghostly figure simply asked for help. Could I release it from the attic, so it could finally be free again? Its voice sounded desperate, yet full of hope, almost as if my answer meant everything. In response, all I could manage was a feeble nod, while every inch of my body trembled uncontrollably. However, despite all the fear coursing through my veins, I somehow managed to summon the strength to reach out and grab the hands. They felt cold as ice, but strangely reassuring at the same time. In the blink of an eye, the entire experience vanished immediately, replaced by a comfortable warmth. And ever since then, no matter how many times I went to visit Grandma's old house, nothing spooky has ever occurred again.